Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Now, I know it's been a while since I've done this type of video, or any video really. If you go and watch my last vlog, I kind of explain what was kind of going on, but basically in a small gist was kind of in a bit of a life slump. I just had a lot going on with dance work and uni, and I just kind of didn't really have the time to focus on making videos. But I have now officially completed my bachelor's degree, so I'm uni free and hoping that I can use the time I was using for that to make more videos. Now we are going back to the tried and true TBR jar picks my TBR for the month. Now this will be for the month of September. I didn't do one of these for July and August, possibly June, just because after May, like in June, I had a really big reading slump. I think I only read one book, and I've only just kind of started really getting back into my normal kind of schedule of reading. So I decided that for those months where I just kind of wasn't reading, I didn't want to pressure myself by making a TBR. And I feel like I'm in a place where I can make a TBR and feel good about at least reading a couple books on that TBR. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how this type of video goes, I have a jar full of prompts in here. I pick out 5 of them, and then based on those prompts, I pick the books, and then that will be my TBR for the month. And so let's just get right into this. I'm just gonna give it a good shake to mix them all up again. Now, for the past ones I've done throughout the year, I haven't added them back in. So these are still all prompts that I have not used yet. And so the first one we have is a book you know nothing about. It's a good thing. I got some books for my birthday, so there's a few that I don't know too much about. There's definitely Chai Time and Sit at Cinnamon Gardens. I've seen this one a lot, but I don't really know too much about it. We also have, wow, I really do know most of the books that I have. I've got a couple back here. Oh, this one I got given for my birthday, and I really also don't know too much about this one. So those two are actually both gifts for my birthday. I think I'm gonna go with this one here, Welcome to the Hyunam Bookshop. I definitely totally just butchered that name, but this was a gift to me by my best friend Libby for my birthday, and I just kind of read the top. It said there was only one thing on her mind: I must start a bookshop. So that pretty much sold it. So it just says, oh, I'm gonna butcher these names so bad. Youngju did everything she was supposed to do: go to university, marry a decent man, get a respectable job. Then it all fell apart. Burnt out, Youngju abandons her old life, quits her high-flying career, and follows her dream. She opens a bookshop in a quaint neighborhood in Seoul, surrounded by books. Youngju and her customers take refuge. From the lonely barista to the unhappily married coffee roaster, the writer who sees something special in Youngju, they all have disappointments in their past. The Hyunam Bookshop becomes the place where they all learn how to truly live. A heartwarming story about finding comfort and acceptance in your life and the healing power of books. So I definitely feel like this could be a literary fiction with a hint of romance in there. I'm not too sure, but it's definitely just a book that seems to be about life and just kind of dealing with life and opening a bookshop. And it sounds like a really good time. The next prompt is going to be book with flowers on the cover. We love this one instantly. This one, again, was a birthday present by my friends from university. This is Late Bloomer, a sapphic romance, I believe. I don't know too much about this one either, but the cover is actually stunning. Like, it's such a pretty cover. This one just says, winning the lottery ruined Opal Devlin's life. She may have been able to leave her dead-end job, but now she's getting endlessly bombarded with people knocking at her door for a handout, and she can't seem to stop saying yes. Opal realizes she has a chance to follow her own dreams and decides to spend almost all her new money on a failing flower farm in North Carolina, where she can start her painting business. But her plans for isolation soon go hopelessly awry when an angry, albeit gorgeous, Pepper Bowden is waiting for her at her new farm. Pepper states that she's the rightful owner of Thistle and Bloom Farms and she isn't moving out. There's not much else they can do except strike up an agreement of cohabitation, but they're soon butting heads at every turn. While they each have a reason to stay, can these two opposites find a way to plant some roots? Or will their combustible arguing and growing attraction burn the whole place down? So it sounds like a really good enemies to lovers sapphic romance. I've been wanting to read more sapphic romance and I just kind of couldn't find anything. So this was definitely an amazing gift from my friends and I'm very, very grateful. But this is book number 2. Now for prompt number 3, we have book with a blue cover. I have quite a few blue covers. So we've got The Nightingale, we've got Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, we have Indigo Ridge, we have Sorry Bro, we've got Cinderella is Dead. For reference as well, I didn't explain before, I've got this row, there's another row down the bottom that you can't see. Then at the back here are some of my taller books that I can see. Then around the other side on the other 2 shelves are the rest of the series. So in this row, I only have like the first or second in a series. The rest of the series is on the back. So I think I might go. I've been wanting to read that book for so long. So I might go with The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I have started this a few times. It was within my reading slump and so I just didn't really get into it. But I really want to give this book a good chance. I've seen so many good things about it. I've seen lots of people cry to it. And I am in need of a good cry to a book. I have not cried to a book in a long time. So I'm really hoping this jerks out the emotions. Oh my god, my nose just started running so bad. So I really want to give this a go. From what I know, it's based in, like I've done with the other 2 books, I'm just going to read the back for you guys. It says, this story is about what it's like to be a woman during the war when women's stories are all too often forgotten or overlooked. With courage, grace, and powerful insight, bestselling author Kristen Hanna captures the epic panorama of World War II and illuminates an intimate part of history seldom seen, the Women's War. The Nightingale tells the story of 2 sisters separated by years and experience, by ideals, passion, and circumstance, each embarking on her own dangerous path towards survival, love, and freedom in war-torn France. It is a heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and durability of women. It is a novel for everyone, a novel for a lifetime. Blue cover, amazingly cute spine. But yeah, I have started it and I do really like what I've read so far, but I just didn't think I was in the right mindset to like fully read it. So I'm really hoping I can give this book a good chance in September. Okay, second last book we are putting on the TBR will be a book that intimidates me. Lovely. Okay, we're just gonna have to put this one back on the TBR. This one I had on my last TBR video that I did. I really wanted to get to it and I just then fell into a massive reading slump. So I don't know, but I have 2 possible literary fictions, a romance, and so I think adding a fantasy to the mix is pretty good. One of my friends from uni really likes Brandon Sanderson novels, so he's been trying to get me to read this book for literally as long as I've owned it, and I just have never gotten to it, so we'll see. Again, no promises that I'm actually going to read this, but it's on the TBR again. And again, like with every other book I've done, I'm just going to read off the back because I'm really bad at just trying to figure out what a book is before I've read it. So it says, Warbreaker is the story of 2 sisters who happen to be princesses. The god king, one of them has to marry a lesser god, and an immortal trying to undo the mistakes he made hundreds of years ago. Theirs is a world in which those who die in glory return as gods, a world transformed by biochromatic magic, a power based on an essence known as breath, which can only be collected 1 unit at a time from individual people, but it's worth it. By using breath and drawing upon the color it in everyday objects, all manner of miracles and mischief can be performed. I really don't know too much about this, and I'm pretty scared that I'm just not gonna understand the fantasy within this because this is like a proper fantasy novel. I really have only read like romantasy, and this is like a proper fantasy novel. So that's why it intimidates me and I'm scared to read it, but we're just gonna keep it on the TBR. Okay, and for the last book we have book with less than 300 pages. I like that prompt. I want a nice little short book, and I think I just looked at the perfect book. Look at this tiny little thing. Look at it, she's so small. So this is the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician's Nephew. I bought a box set of this series. The main book I've seen for this is like that big, thick black book with the lion on the front that has all the books in the one. And I used to have that when I was little, but I got rid of it. One, because it was falling apart, but two, I just wanted the individual books. So I have like the whole box set of these in the individual books. And look at this. Look at the massive writing. Oh, let's just double check how many pages this has. 220 pages. 220 pages in massive writing. It is technically like a children's book, technically. But if you don't know, The Chronicles of Narnia is a fantasy-based novel, and then they had 3 of the books turned into movies. Fabulous movies, so nostalgic for me. But this is The Magician's Nephew, which is like the prequel to how Narnia became a thing before The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which is where a lot of people know the story to start, as that's the first book that they turned into a movie. But this is kind of like the prequel as to how Narnia became a thing. And I've been really wanting to read these books just to see the difference between the books and the movies and like get more into that world, because I know they skipped a book or 2 before making the 3rd movie as far as I'm aware. Okay, let's move these over and let's revisit the books that are on this month's TBR. So we have Welcome to the Hunan Dong Bookshop by Huang Bo Riem. I'm butchering these names. Then we have Late Bloomers by Maisie Eatings. We have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. We have Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. And then we have The Nephew's Magician in the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. So these 5 books are my September TBR. Now, as you can see, I still have quite a few books on my TBR that I really want to get through a lot of them before my big move. So that is today's video. I hope you liked it. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.